Earlier this year, I made y'all a promise that I would exclusively play my backlog and not buy any new game except Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Go back and rerun the tape. That is exactly what I said.
The year of the backlog. An entire year where I don't buy any new game.
Except Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. See? The evidence is right there. You can't be mad. In all seriousness, I knew that Marvel Tokon was going to be the one exception, but that's just a way less punchy YouTube title. The reason Marvel Tokon is the one new game I bought this year is simple. I'm tired of missing out on fighting games this generation. While I'm not like Daigo with it, I've been an avid lover of fighting games my whole life. Obviously, I played Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Marvel vs. Capcom, but I was really in these fighting game trenches. I got fond memories of beating down my cousins on Exomutant Academy 2. I had the homies locked in on Aquapaza in summer 2012. I was even one of the 10 people who played Dissidia NT and liked it.
This shit means something to me, man!
Arc System Works has long been my favorite fighting game developer. I've been rocking with Guilty Gear since the OG PlayStation. They held it the fuck down on the PS4 with Guilty Xrd Rev 2, BlazBlue Central Fiction, and Dragon Ball FighterZ. They had like zero misses that console generation. But unfortunately, I've missed out on their last few games just because life. I couldn't really get into Guilty Gear Strive how I wanted to due to playing video games for a living at both The Root and G4 V2 RIP. Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising came out post-layoff and I was broke as shit. With Marvel Tokon, I had the means, desire, and the time to get in on the ground floor, and damn it, I'm taking that opportunity. I've put about 20 hours into the game, and I have to say, there is a lot to like here. Actually, this is coming out a week after I recorded it, so I've likely put in closer to 30 to 40 hours on the game. But before we get into all that, it would be fantastic if y'all would leave a like and subscribe. So, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is a 4v4 tag fighter that immediately stands out for the changes it makes to the formula. Traditionally, tag fighters are 2v2 or 3v3, with each character sharing a health bar. In Tokon, all 4 characters share the same health bar. This helps keep fights to a manageable length while still embracing the chaotic energy of a 4v4 superhero showdown. ArcSys really nailed making Tokon a fighting game that is accessible for a wider audience, but has enough mechanical depth to feed the FGC. It is a wholly unique take on the tag fighter that I'm still wrapping my head around. I will say the timing around some of the assist moves and tag function itself feels a little wonky, and I'm not sure if that's by design, or that can get cleaned up in future updates. It's also, I could just suck. That's a real possibility, y'all. As a tag fighter, it should come as no surprise that the game leans heavily on mix-ups and well-timed tags. It's frenetic fun, though I do wish there was something in the way of Guilty Gear's Roman cancel mechanic to better control the pace of the match. As a big Marvel vs. Capcom fan, the thing I dig about the whole game's whole vibe is that it's very distinct from how Marvel vs. Capcom plays, which, gives me hope that maybe we'll get a Marvel vs. Capcom 4 one of these days. Aesthetically, the game really is a perfect fusion of manga and Western comics. It's gorgeous to look at with some fantastic costume designs. After so many games giving us not MCU takes on these characters, I really love how much Marvel Tokon celebrates the comic book origins of these heroes. I was delighted to boot up the campaign menu and see that none other than Kieran Gillen wrote the story for the game. Gillen is one of my favorite writers, full stop. His collabs with Jamie McKelvey on Phonogram and The Wicked and defined my 20s, and if you haven't read AXE Judgment Day, do yourself a favor and read the best crossover event since Hickman's Secret Wars. While the narrative never reaches the heights of Gillen's runs on X-Men or Young Avengers, there's still plenty of fun character beats that can only come from someone who's written these characters for over 2 decades. The story mode is a solid introduction to the mechanics and allows you to get a taste of how each team and character plays. Once you're done with that, Marvel Tokon has a surprisingly robust array of content before even going online. There's the Battle Arcadia mode, which essentially is the fighting game equivalent of Kirby Air Rider's City Battle mode. It's fine. I didn't have a bad time with it, but I don't really see myself going back to Battle Arcadia too often. I played it for this review, got a couple matches in, understood what it was, and kept it pushing. The real fun comes with All-Star Arena, which is essentially a choose-your-own-adventure survival mode. Each team has a series of fights across a branching path. There are various avenues for each team, meaning that you have to keep replaying it if you want to clear it completely. While Battle Arcadia wasn't quite my speed, I will probably try to clear all the challenges in All-Star Arena if I haven't already by the time this comes out. I've always thought that Arxis is some of the best when it comes to training modes, and that's no different here. You've got your standard training mode where you can practice inputs and build combos, but there's also a really fun character-focused training mode that trains you on the various combos and mix-ups endemic to each character. This really helps because this is a game where you can be competitive by just being good with one guy and then using everyone else as assist fighters. So really getting into these character modes is going to help you in the long term, getting good at this game. And then of course, there's the online mode, which is also quite robust. From the open lobby, that's a Marvel take on the concept we've seen in Dragon Ball FighterZ and Street Fighter 6, to casual and ranked fights, there are a lot of ways to play. Marvel Tokon is honestly one of the most content-rich multiplayer games I've played in some time. There is so much to do here, and that's before the first DLC has even dropped. I do have to say that I'm playing on PS5, so I haven't had any technical issues, but I do know that the PC version has been something of a mess, which really sucks because Marvel Tokon is a really fun game. I just feel like if you can't guarantee full optimization for PC at launch, then just port it later. I know they want to keep a unified community through crossplay, but launching a busted-ass version of the game doesn't really accomplish that. I don't know how many of the issues rest on Arxis optimization or Sony's DRM, but launching a version that doesn't reliably work really defeats the purpose of launching on PC. While it's been a rocky road for PC players, I've personally not had any issues, and I've been having a great time so far. There's just the occasional lag in a multiplayer match, but that just comes to the territory. As someone who's an avid comic book reader and a fan of Arxis games, Marvel Tokon is nothing short of a dream come true for me. I can't put this thing down, y'all. It's one of those fighting games that the more I play it, the more I want to play it and get deeper into it. I highly recommend giving it a go. It's the only new game I played this year, so by default, it's the best new game I played this year, but it's genuinely pretty good, both for, fighting game traditionalists and casuals. If you found the game interesting, but you didn't want to give it a go because you're not great at fighting games, I do think this is a pretty good, baby's first tag fighter. There's enough there to kind of, get the casuals in, but also enough for, those who really get into fighting games to really have something to chew into. So, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, it's a banger. I love it. I'm about to get back to the backlog. Don't you worry. That does it for me today. I'm Joe. This has been Taste, and I'll see you in the next one.